ILEG technology screens. Let me pan you over here for a minute. I have to grab something. Move something and grab something. Right here real quick. Me today. Sure one. I don't have to wear this one here. Dope. Okay. I'm trying to tidy up a little bit under my desk. That's much better. Oh, that's just peachy. Why in the world would all this come down now? Really? Got things to do. Alright, a little landslide under my desk. That right there is a new fabric we've been working on. That is going to be our new blackout cloth surface. Going to be using for our different types of screens. It's going to be acoustic material that you can use to stretch around your frame or just hang it up on a standalone. It's up to you on how you want to do it. I had a chance to test it on fabric now. We were going to have it on plexiglass, but I like the fabric better. We can design our own form of blackout cloth material. And again, I do want to do it all with acoustic material because again, I want to make sure our customers have the best. Let's go over here and let's bring up some demonstrations on it. Let's see, 4K demonstrations. Perfect. Not doing 19. I ain't even got 19. I gotta be on the site pretty soon. Alright, we go. We do 5. Oh, there's some lights on here too. And for the demonstration, let me pause this. But no. I'm not using music. Because last time I used music, I got a copyright strike because there is copyrighted music apparently on these videos. And I don't feel like doing the video again. I usually load them over YouTube or over Facebook. But I'm not going to put speakers on this. We'll put some music underneath this. Or, I don't know. Just need to do the video for this. Okay, let's keep this going because I got some stuff I got to do. At the promo demonstration, I'm just going to basically keep it where we have what's the word for it? We have which is music underneath of it. But right now we can't any music because some of the music they have apparently is copyrighted. I had to remove one video today. Oh man, this is gonna be a fantastic blackout cloth already. I was wanting to see exactly what the reaction would be to fabric. And man, it is fantastic on fabric. So yeah, we got our go. We're gonna be working with a blackout cloth material. This works so much better for me because again, when I'm on a site, I gotta figure out what type of screen we're gonna put in, stuff like that. And if we can put these in, this would make it so much easier. On top of that, transportation of bringing the screen up. Man, I had to go in and I had to get a lift. An extra large lift, one of the big boys. Cost me 16 bucks to get a screen a couple blocks to A to B. And this right here, I can do 150 inch and I can pack it in one of those post office mailers at the end of the day. On top of that, it's acoustic. We can put speakers behind the back of it. It's a great way to hide all the speakers. This is going to be great for installations. For installs. It's going to be fantastic. And then for the customers, yeah, we've had beta testers on it for acoustics. We've done acoustics before. It's never with this technology. And we got the cap off today because I got to take one of these over to the the caps over to one of the places where I'm at. Because the lighting they have in there is actually brighter than the lighting I have in here. I'm like, wow. So they definitely want to set the restaurant with more of a romantic mood. And they're not getting that with all that bright lighting in there. They said they're going to bring an electrician to do it. And I was like, nah, just cap them. So that's why I'm bringing mine over. See if they like it. But it just shows you how amazing this cloth is going to be. So I'm going to go with a stretchable acoustic material. That's what I definitely want. And we want it so, you know, a customer can easily stretch it over a frame. They can hang it up, you know, if they want to. It's up to them how they want to do it. Oh, I'm doing one of these for myself in here. Oh, I'm going to be here. I'm so not even used to this whole transformation now. I'm just figuring like no point in building here. We're going to be going pretty soon. So got another setup we're going to be going to. But anyway, I did do it one time when I was here. But I can do a big one. I want the biggest surface we could do in that environment. You know, we might just change out the screen. Instead of building the screen, we just put in a giant acoustic screen in there. We have to get that custom made. A giant acoustic screen in there. And then we can put all our speakers behind the back of it. Because, man, that basically eliminates having speakers all over the place. This is a fabric react in this way. Fabric material coated with this technology. This is going to be gorgeous. God is amazing. Fog is amazing. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome sauce. That's working out fantastic. Let's see. So most likely, so we're going to do sizes of 100 inch, 120 inch, 150 inch. Later on, we'll have the much bigger sizes coming on like pretty soon. I do want to do at 138 inch a 235.1. I definitely want to do one of those. Oh, and projector reason in the demonstration. Let me pause this for a minute. We are using our Epson Powerlight S6 projector. This is mostly the projector I'm going to use the most. I like to use this projector because this projector doesn't have any HDMI ports. This projector is low bottom. Like, it's 600 by 800, 720p SVGA. I love using these projectors because, again, I don't use a high-end 4K machines at the end of the day. You have to figure out exactly who's doing what at the end of the day. And we can see it all comes down to the projector at the end of the day. So that's why I like using the low entry-level projectors. On top of that, I said before, we don't have to, when we install our screens in, we don't require high-end projectors, which means we can give the projectors away for free installs. And they love that. It saves them a lot of money. On top of that, they think at the end of the day, they have to have 4K. They have to have 1080p. We show them, they know that. No, period, not with our product. We got fabric tests. And this is not even stretched out. I'm taking this on site. I gotta take it on site. So if we need not this so much, we can't take it on site. We have to make a little screen we can take on site. A little sample screen, like, hey, look, this is what we can put in. Right now, it's acoustic speakers behind it, a little speaker system behind it. We're gonna make a little setup one for it. So we're going on site to show it off. That's why I can't wait, excuse me, to get my showroom. Once I get my showroom, I can invite them to the showroom to see the technology, and they can just go and do the install. They can set up payments and everything right there, and we just do the install from there. 4K Snow screensavers. Oh yes. Nice and bright, nice and white. I want to make sure there's something here. Let me come over here for that. Oh yeah, definitely. Make sure that angle, we're getting that light push off of it. Definitely. That is coming up nicely. Yes. Happy with it, people. So pretty much there's nothing we have to change with it. It's working on fabric perfectly fine. Sorry about that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mark it. Man, any cough drops over there? I think what we're going to do is we're going to market it under the $500 mark from a 235.1 to 100 to 138, 235.1, 150 inch 16.9, 120 inch 16.9, and 100 inch. I think I'm going to get the Elite Screen acoustic surface, and Vivid Storm makes acoustic on top of that. I think they have it for them. Now, as I said before, I don't want to do any strings or anything for the new place at all whatsoever, because again, we're going through with people and trolls and stuff, and the Lord told us to not cast your pearls among swines. So we're not doing that at all, period. But I will be on site, renting out a place on site, about an hour. I'll take longer to do these things at the end of the day, and we show off the demonstrations from there. We know the product can read its white levels, as you can see right here. We've done testing, its ratings, working perfectly on fabric. I do have to do an endurance test, which means I have to throw this thing in the washer and dryer. So go to the laundromat, throw it in there, throw it in the dryer, just see what happens. Other than that, it's fantastic. And it's picking up the white levels really, really nicely, so I'm happy about that. Let's go with Skyworth food demonstration. I want to get rid of that annoying page that kept popping up on my account. No, account, but I changed my browser. I don't know what update window called themselves doing, but they put some kind of browser and I got ready to get rid of it. Whew, I go into settings and get rid of that nightmare. There's our more white levels. Now this is going to be available for companies and customers. The reason why we designed the members only page is because so we can upload pictures and videos and stuff from places that we work at. It's kind of like a business card for our company, for other companies. So say, hey, look, we worked here, we worked there. This is the work we did over here. It also hides and protects the identities of business we're doing business with in the day. As I told you before, I did report this to FBI about individuals that were attacking companies because of us doing business with them. So I did put a report in for that. So they'll be dealing with that from there. So anything that comes up in any location, anything whatsoever, report back to them, which I will do. All right, so from there, but we're still going to keep their business a secret. So that's like a business page where businesses can work together, communicate with each other, and so forth. So we will have that surface there too, but the surface will also be available for customers. The white levels are incredible on this. LG snowboarding. You and your butt. This is round. Round in your butt. Heavens ever control your butt. Goes in the way, your butt. And behave. A minute. Pause this right here and make an adjustment on something here. I keep myself out of camera as much as possible because, again, as I told you before, there's people already getting prosecuted for doing too much. They don't knock me out of YouTube. Let me clean out of YouTube. Behave yourself. I'm watching you. I can see you right there in front of the camera. The camera can see you. I know you do weird stuff. White screen. I knew you do weird stuff on that camera. Now, I want to show you this right here. Anytime we do any type of fabric, and any kind whatsoever, we have to show it against the surface that's not painted. This is important. The reason why this is important, when it shows our white levels within the day, because again, if we're coating over fabric, someone may say, if I get a black fabric, it's going to do the same thing as their fabric. But no, our stuff is different. It has a coating on it that allows our screens to generate higher white level. So, you know, we've had an individual who has done this, going on his channel and say, hey, look, you know, black fabric does the same thing. No, it doesn't. We've done these tests before. We know the difference between black fabric. At one point, we gave away a free blackout cloth surface. That's right, a black surface. It was a screen that you could paint in with our stuff. And, you know, people thought that, yeah, one person actually sent the paint back and said, you know, I'll just take the screen. And they found out it was definitely not a good idea. But also, too, like I said, for individuals that made these statements, don't make these statements, okay? I really don't want to take people to court, but if you make me and put me down that road, I have to, okay? So don't do dumb stuff. I don't have to take anybody to court. I really don't feel like going through all that nonsense. And I really don't feel like putting you through all that. So act like you have some common sense. I told you before, I am hiring people to watch your back, to go online and search out individuals. And yes, some of these people do have the ability to track IP addresses. Not only that, they can get clearance from the courts to subpoena your internet providers to know exactly your whereabouts to begin the process for court. So we strongly advise you, don't travel down that road. Let me see. So as you can see, doesn't match at all. It's one of the tests you have to do. Anytime you do any form of blackout cloth surface, whether it be gray, whatever it may be, you have to do that test. Because customer needs to know, are they getting, can they do the same thing if they buy an everyday fabric? Can they get the same results? You have to be to back that up. Anytime you do any type of blackout cloth. I see people do blackout cloth, like, oh, shoot, stuff can match your stuff really easy. You have to do those tests. That's why we take that surface, put it against our products, it doesn't match. We take the blackout regular, that's a regular surface, the same surface, without the coating, looks like that. So if someone comes into a room and they go, well, hey, look, I did my testing and you don't have our stuff, and you said, hey, look, this is what this stuff really does, and get yourself $1 million lawsuit. That's what they're going for now. $1 million, that's the cap line. That's the less we're going to take out of a lawsuit is $1 million. So don't get involved in that. All right, let me see. Let's go with OLED 4K demonstration. I've made this statement many times on camera. Any black surface, anything, any black surface can read the contrast. It's the white levels they can't read. Gray screens is the other way around. Any gray surface can read a white level. Any gray surface can read light colors. Gray surface can't read dark colors. Gray screen can't read contrast. You have to show a difference of multiple gray screens. What makes yours different? That's what you have to do. Are we going to be challenging companies in court? Yes, we are going to be challenging companies in courts. Why not? You should be selling a product the customer should be getting. Why should a customer be subjected to dealing with a product that he or she could have made themselves? You're still going to have to, we're still taking you to court for that. If you're making a fraudulent product, why should you not be outed for it? And people say, what about us? We've asked. We did. We've gone on and asked. I've asked multiple times. Attorneys contact us. I've asked for people to charges. File charges against us. So you say we're fake, right? Okay, then we'll go to court. We'll talk to a judge. But you won't do it. You know why? Because our stuff is real. That's why. We're the ones that file all the charges. Because we know your stuff isn't real. I don't have time for the back and forth YouTube nonsense. It takes too much time. It's too much effort. And especially when you're dealing with people who don't want to reason with you. They basically want to be convinced that their stuff does what it does. Then we just go to judge. We let the courts handle it. Because at the end of the day, what it comes down to, customers should get what they paid for. Don't you think so? Shouldn't be telling people things your products don't do. That's not right. I had to come out here and I did this demonstration. We did it on the surface first. And I said, well, I wonder how it looks on fabric. Did I say it was going to work on fabric and never test it? We had to test it. We have to know what it does. You know, different from what we do and from other people who have to be on site. When you have to be on site, you're in front of the individual who paid you, which means the screen has to work 100%. Now, you may be use camera tricks and whatever stuff you do on YouTube to edit and document your videos, but when you're on site, you're right in front of that person. Can't get away with that there. It doesn't work. And this also stumbles your business. Your business can't grow. Because this is where you make more money. You make more money out here. A lot more out here. You get more publicity out here. So with that being said, you want to make it to the next stage of trade shows, because trade shows are going to be out in the open, and expos, your stuff is going to have to work. That's why it's important that you test everything, because the last thing you want to do is be in a situation. You know how bad this would have been if I was over at the carrying place, or even at the smoke lounge, and I put a 150-inch screen through the window and that thing went dark. He couldn't see anything. You know how embarrassing that would have been? That's why you test your stuff. The people will challenge you. Your customers will challenge you. They will put you right on the spot. Right on the spot. They'll put you on the spot. They're going to paint the screen on the wall at the carrying place. The owner came in and laid, she didn't get in front of the screen. She laid flat against the wall and looked at it. Because they're skeptical. They know they feel that you're bamboozling. It's not going to work, especially when your screen's black. That's even crazier because, again, no one's heard of a black screen. That's why. We have to back all that stuff. That's why we do all that testing. So if I ever get to a point that I decide that, hey, you know what? I want to step offline for a little bit. I want to go do some demonstrations in different companies and businesses. I am good to go. And again, all our technology is blessed by God. Mind you, it took us 20 minutes to engineer this. 20 minutes to make this. And now we have a new coating for our acoustic surface now. So now we're going to have the most affordable acoustic surface, the most advanced acoustic surface, which we had before. Except for this stuff is much more different than the other products we had before. So that means that from the door, instead of you paying like what for a regular surface, you're going to pay like what? Elite has one that's a white one, about $1,500, $1,400 screen for 100 inches. And from us, you can get a 235.1 at 138 inches for roughly under $400. That pulls 100% contrast and can read off a projector that's 600 by 800, 720p SVGA and require no 4K. Can operate fully lit environments, fully weatherproof. And I got to run this thing to the laundromat, which is going to be there a lot. Run the thing over and over and over again. Curious to see if we can damage it. We actually froze one to a block of ice one time. So yeah, all that at the end of the day, it's much cheaper, much more affordable. And then the plus side about it is it's acoustic, which means if you haven't had acoustic screen before, it is freaking amazing. I freaking love them. Because the sound bar is not on the floor, it's actually behind the screen. All your speakers can be behind the screen. Freaking love it when the sound comes through the screen. It's more realistic effect. These things are fully weatherproof, which means you can take them outside. They're going to be completely portable. Take them from A to B. Some will have built-in grommets. And I want a 235.1, which I haven't seen one, and a blackout cloth material. The ones we're going to be building for outside are different. They have sleeves in them. So you can slide a PVC tube through them. So they'll tell you the size of the tube, probably about inch high. I like the thin ones. And if you need the wider ones, you can make them wider, make the flats wider. But we've got some customizations we're going to be doing pretty soon for them. But all our screens, all our blackout cloth surfaces from the door are going to be acoustic. We're not doing that. Well, you know, hey, look, we got this screen right here. This will cost you like $500 or $600 or $700. But if you want the acoustic, acoustic's going to cost you a couple grand. No, our stuff is acoustics. On top of that, didn't make it easy for me. Like I said, I got to do installs. Transporting the screen that caliber up was, whew, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. But if I do the acoustic, man, I could have did a 150-inch screen. I could have stuck that whole entire thing inside of a mailer and balled it. I could have bought it up myself. Where's the screens in the back? Quite cheesy. So we do a stretchable material, wrinkle free, all that. Easy to stretch over something on it, nice tight like a drum. Put in your fixed frame screen, or you can hang it independently without using any frame whatsoever if you want to do it that way. It'll have a screw system with it. The screw system is fantastic, and I'll tell you why. Because not all walls are flat. You know, some walls are going to be a little crooked. And the screw systems, when we make the screws a little bit longer, it's so that you can adjust your screen. So say if your screen, your wall is slanted a little bit, with the screw system you can leave one side that's flat to the wall and bring the other one out to even it out, even though the wall is crooked on the other side. That's something I learned when I was doing the screens in the other setup, in the other environment, the apartment. The wall was not flat. I want to use an ultra short though in there. If I painted to the wall, it would just went with the wall. If I went with a fixed frame screen, the fixed frame screen laying flat to the wall would have just went with the wall. Either way, it would make the screen slanted. But with the screw system, if you make them wide, long enough, you can actually bring your screen a little higher on this side. It's like a lens shift, not lens shift, more like keystoning for your screen using a screw system and grommets. So you can bring it farther this way and lower this way, and that would get it evenly straight. Works better that way. See all the stuff you learned from testing? You know, a lot of stuff from testing, very important. Why is this ringing? Where's this come? Oh, over there. Now these are all pre-coated, of course, with our new coating. And that way it saves a lot of time and effort for people. Some people may not want to build at the end of the day. May not want to paint at the end of the day. The building process, again, it's not hard to build a frame. If you want to build a frame, you just attach it to your wall. There's a grommet system built into it. You did. Done. Now sizes we're going to have starting off under the $500 mark. 130 inch at 235.1, 150 inch at 16.9, 120 inch at 69, 100 inch. These are going to sell like hotcakes out here, like hotcakes. They're going to sell like crazy. Because again, like I said, some of the apartment complexes they can't paint on the wall. You know what I mean? Because the whole policy they have over there. But this is going to be fantastic for them to be set up. They can have these outside on the deck. I might make smaller sizes too. But then again, we do have that screen over here too. We got a screen over there with the other black technology on it. We used to whiten up was perfectly. Oh, I'll put one of these up in the church. Definitely going to do one of these for the church. And I might donate one. I'm definitely going to donate one of these. They got kindergarten unit. I think it's called the unit, little monsters. I'm going to hook them up with a screen for their backyard. You got everybody play at playground. Put a screen back there for them for free. Our badges are coming out next. We got our badges. Our badge is basically on all our screens. So we can put a badge. When we paint a screen to a wall sometimes, you won't know who it's from. So we're going to put our badge at the bottom. Our company's name at the bottom of the screen. Every screen's going to have our badge at the bottom. We don't know where it's come from. We take our QR code plaque and connect it to the wall. So if anyone's interested, you just scan it. It goes straight to the website. So every place we go, we drop in that QR code plaque here, here, and there. Scan, scan, scan. And then pretty soon, once we get our permission, and we're good because I got my license and everything is legit for my company, I want to start putting some screens around Allentown. Now, this is also heavy revenue for us. And the reason why it's heavy revenue, because stores, when they have big get-togethers for these, companies can pay for advertisement space on these giant screens that'll pop up that they can advertise their stores and businesses for a couple of minutes, or have a little bit of a section where we can advertise a few businesses in there before the movie starts. Not long at the end of the day, but a few of them in there. That way people can pay advertising for that technology up there. That way we keep getting paid, because at the end of the day, we're going to put the screen there, we're getting paid for that. Then they can pay us for the advertising on that technology, for the little slideshow in there. We'll probably do rentals too, because we already have a formula for inflatables already. So that's going to be the next stage, shows inflatables. I got people do inflatables, parties and stuff like that. So this formula you have at the end of the day, instead of you starting that party off at around 8 to 9 o'clock because you're afraid your screen's going to wash out, you'll be doing it a lot earlier, because that's going to be ad tech that'll be involved in that one. Matter of fact, this coating would actually work on the mesh for an inflatable screen. Man, this stuff is gorgeous. Man, it worked on fabric. So that's all we just see. I'm gonna do one promo demonstration because I have to get ready to get out the door. I got something I got to do today. I'm going back over there to finish my work. I'm gonna bring a speaker system today for them. Get that done. Do. I spend most of my time from here and there. And I got another place I gotta go look at pretty soon, but I'm gonna finish this job first. This job completed first, and then we'll work on the other one. Now the reason why, like I said before, when I say I'm going out to do an install, we show you that we're outside, we're going to do an install. We can't show you the building. Because again, like I said, I'm already going to court. Pretty soon I'll be going to court for individuals who just didn't respect boundaries. They felt the need to terrorize businesses at the end of the day. Now keep in mind, as I said before, we do have your information. Any one of these businesses get contacted, they will have your full information, all your information. We don't hand it to them from the door, but we do have stuff on file. We will give them all your information so they can begin the process of filing charges against you. Also, too, they will reach out to Allentown Police Department and FBI about situations you have about contacting the businesses. Explain to you, Allentown does not play around with this type of stuff at all, period. They take everything very seriously down here. So I would advise you refrain yourself from doing some stupid activity, because again, companies blessed by God, companies protected by God. God will seek you, God will find you, and God will make sure you're prosecuted for your crimes. I advise you strongly not to do this. Now, for those you think at the end of the day, well, we got people already going down that road already. And when you see the outcome of what they go through, you will fully understand what we're saying. Go in a different direction, do something better with your time. You're not going to change, you're not going to stop. Anything that we're doing over here, you're just going to cause more problems and woes for yourself. That's all you're going to do. Better off to spend your time doing something else. Now, let me see, we'll go from here. Yeah, so the white levels, all that's coming up nicely. I'm happy with that. Or maybe the answer to the other screen. I got this huge screen up here. It got a massive frame attached to it. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we got a magnetic system too for that too. Maybe a magnetic system to hang a screen. Something new we're working on for metal frame setups. Instead of using grommets, magnets works out much better. But the fabric is doing great. I'm happy with it. I grabbed me some scissors so I can trim it off nicely. And that way I can take it. I want to take it someplace else. I want to check it out. As a matter of fact, that's our weather like today. Just wanting to be outside. Well, we got snow coming in on Sunday. So the best thing to do is to get this thing out here on Saturday. Let's see what happens. Since this being a fabric, you can literally hang it anywhere. I'm just going to get some heavy duct tape and just tape it to a wall somewhere and just hit it with a projector. Do we have anything around here? Any large sheets? I'm not carrying that. That's way too big. I have to make a smaller sample. I need a smaller sample, put it on something, take it outside, hit it with a projector, drop it 300 lumens and see what happens. It picks up. We don't expect for this stuff to do with Adtech. Adtech's a different type of technology. Light has to read through it. It's a different type. I need to see if the thing fires up, if it works. So that's one of the things I have to find out. I want to do it before Sunday, because Sunday I think we got a snowstorm rolling through. Alright, I let this one run and make sure we got all our stuff. Because I can't stand forgetting stuff, man. I have to walk back to pick something up. You got all your stuff with you. Why do you even have that in there? Why? Speaker. Did you turn your speaker off yesterday? You did. Thank you. Okay, all that's in there. There's my tape. Did I leave my tape over there? Probably did leave my tape over there. Jimmy the Crickets and Captain Crunch. Left my tape. I hope I left my tape over there. No, I gotta come back here. Oh, no, this is some of it. Oh yeah, I did leave it over there. I did leave it over there because I had my sister gave me a tape gun, and I was like, I'm not carrying this thing. I left it over there. Good. But remember to bring the projector. Oh yeah, we definitely are going to need that. We have one over here. We should have one over here. I wonder. This works with the fire stick. I hope it does, because I'm not bringing that charge pack with me. I already thought about that. Even if I did have the whole time to set it up, I wouldn't have done it, because this thing takes a charge pack, my fire stick, because I don't have the outlet for it. But I have one here. I'll see if this one works. Gotta test that freaking window. We got a darker coating for the attic. I want to test it out on the window. And I got the caps for the light. Where are the caps at? Over here. Caps are here. Alright people, cutting this one short. Sorry about that. I got stuff I gotta do. This is a new fabric coming out soon. Well, we're definitely gonna have it up before summer, because I'm gonna be playing around with this thing all summer. I got things I'm gonna do with this. This is gonna be ultra short though, all that good stuff. Acoustics. Gaming, movies, everything on there. Now, for those of you thinking, well, price it on the $500, you go the lead screen. Look it up. Lead screen's acoustic surface. It's white. You're not reading any contrast off that. No color. Things not going to work. And that screen's going to cost you $1,400 to $1,500. I think they're both about that much. And we have a 235 coming up at 130, way bigger than their screen. And it's 235. This is the 150 inches towers over the screen. And they're under $500. Way cheaper. Definitely going to do the form site with that one. Hello, how you doing today? Doing great fine? Great fine? Great fine is my new word, great fine. Are you great fine today? Great fine? It's my word now, great fine. Alright, I got to get some promo demonstrations. Let me see if I got this on me. Oh, I have this on me. Did I put it back? Oh, I have it on my pen. I lose this thing all the time. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because if it weren't for Him, none of this would ever be possible. Gotta go, and God bless. Oh, it's actually working.